continuing the conversation about networking with Jennifer Lynn Robinson.
So things are not happening the way they used to. We're not having these big gatherings of networking meetings and business card exchanges. So what are the options?
In some ways, it's actually a great time to be networking because people are so much more accessible than they usually are. I mean, I know for me, and I'm sure for you and most people watching, our regular schedule is just going from meeting to event to place to place. And it's very hard, especially some people that might be able to help you with business ideas, or maybe if you're looking to talk to people that are more established in an industry you're trying to get in. Sometimes it's very hard to access those people. And, it might take a month or two, or people might say they just don't have time to meet with you, but now we're all home. So in some ways, people are a lot more accessible, and you can leverage people, and build relationships a lot easier just from the comfort of your home. And it's not much to ask them to do like a 20-minute call or Zoom or something with you. So I would say try to be proactive about it. You have access to a lot more people and a lot more time, but also I think be really mindful of what people prefer, because, I can't tell you how many times in the last few months people have been like, oh, we need to catch up. Let's jump on a Zoom. Let's jump on a Skype. And at the beginning, that was all fun and exciting. And now that we're like 4 or 5 months in, I have Zoom fatigue. So many people I know have Zoom fatigue. I'm trying to limit my video and Zoom to just like work related stuff. Because I think that, people are tired of having to do that and not having that in-person interaction, which is a lot less taxing. So if you're looking to talk to somebody for a business idea or for job advice, ask them what their preferred method of communication is. Would you prefer we do a call, or would you prefer we get online and do a Zoom or a Skype? And leave it in their court, because if they prefer a call, go with their method.
I know it's hard to predict the future, but do you have any sense of how networking is changing and what it might look like?
As far as things like bigger networking events and conferences, I think we're going to see a lot more hybrid events, which is already what people are starting to move to, so that you have some networking that's available live streamed or online, and then options for people to do more boutique kind of in-person interaction. So that's going on now because of the pandemic, obviously, but I think that might continue afterwards. And just give people sort of a more special experience and give people around the world more access to maybe information and conferences that they didn't have before. I think a lot of places may choose to continue with those educational and networking pieces in some manner virtually. So I see that happening, but the flip side of that is I see people really wanting to interact, when we do get to a point where it's safe, or we have a vaccine, or whatever may happen next year. I think you're going to see a lot more in-person networking again, because I think for a lot of us, even the people who feel uncomfortable networking are kind of at the point now where they're craving that face-to-face interaction. Maybe it's not going to be with strangers if you're not comfortable, but it's still going to be reconnecting with people in your network and friends and family. And I think that's probably what a lot of us miss the most, more than anything.
Helping people do some purposeful networking today on the Health and Healing Hangout. Thanks to Jennifer Lynn Robinson.